Well guys, not quite the video I anticipated making today. I planned on starting to tear apart the Odyssey to get the timing belt replaced. However, the old small block Chevy square body Yukon had other ideas. The other day, I was driving home from work and my brake caliper locked up and it tore the hell out of the pads. And it's grinding. It was just squeaking, now it's grinding. I looked at it when I got home from work today, it's metal on metal. So I went to AutoZone, grabbed a new caliper, grabbed some pads. We're gonna try to pad slap it. I don't quite think I'm gonna get the result I want. We might end up having to run and go get a new rotor. The AutoZone I was at didn't have the rotor in stock, otherwise I would have grabbed it. I don't feel like driving all the way across town. So we're gonna try to do what we can. If it doesn't work, then we just have to go get another rotor. It's not a big deal. I'd rather do it right, but sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. So, get the camera flipped around, show you what we're working with, and then I'll show you guys how to change the brakes on an old 1999 Yukon. I really ain't got no good way to get my phone set up yet. I don't have a tripod or GoPro or anything fancy, but this is the problem side. So, got our impact. The lug nuts on the 6-lug Yukon, 22. I don't know, it fits, so it ships. Go get the air hose, get the jack, get the tire off. This jack, I think it's a Harbor Freight jack. It's actually really nice. I think I had to put blocks on this last. I don't remember. Oh no. Alright, got the lug nuts out. Show you just how much brake dust is on it. Look how dirty the lug nuts are. They were just shiny. Alright guys, I don't know. Let's take a peek at it. In the fronts, ooh, that's a little hot. Little grooved. But the pads, I mean, the pad on this side's decent. It ain't bad. But you see all the metal shavings. Oh buddy. That side's cooked. That side fucking cooked, mate. What are we gonna do? Well, oh buddy, yeah, look at that. Metal on metal. It's cooked. But we do have, got the Duralast brake pads, semi-metallic. You don't want ceramic, because then they'll squeak. We got a Reman brake caliper. I think it's Duralast as well. Don't mind the trash. Oh man. Alright guys. To get this brake caliper off, you need one of these guys. Oh, where's the camera? There it is. It's a 3/8, like a hex Allen type doohickey. And what you gotta do, you gotta put it right. Find it right. There's one here. There's one here. I like the guide pins. for the caliper. What we got is just a caliper. It didn't come with, I'm trying to set my phone up here. It didn't come with a bracket, so we just got the caliper. So, I'm gonna break these boys loose, get it off. I'll show you all the next step of what we gotta do. All right, we're gonna take this caliper off, at least try to. Oh, the boys are in. See, when I did this, cause I just did the brakes on this thing, like, it's probably been like 9 months, maybe. It really hasn't been that long. That's why I'm a little irritated that I have to do this again. Because I just did these boys. Ouch. Oh, oh, oh. There we go. Yeah, who's actually out here showing y'all the grunt, the work that it takes to do this stuff? Oh. Who else does this? They just skip it. But me, I'll show y'all everything. You want to see everything? I ain't showing you my butthole though. That's too much. I'll even show you my trash can. Ugh. I feel like there's an easier way to do this. See that Odyssey that drove by? We clean little Odyssey. Do. Insert elevator music. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Here she comes. Left, 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 right, left. Y'all like Trace Adkins? Let's get some. This ain't a singing channel though, so this is strictly just, well, you know what? It's Gunny Brothers Entertainment, so if we're gonna start singing, guess what? We're gonna start singing. We're covering a variety of topics on this channel. Oh, Dodge Dart. Unpopular opinion. When they brought back the darts, they should have just left them gone. Them things are ugly. Like, it's like a disgrace to the Dart name. Like, how you gonna bring back a vehicle and it's ugly? Alright, so basically, see, and I even lubed these guide pins too. Like, when I took it out, but I can't get them to come back out. That's the problem. So they're gonna have to. Alright, we gotta go get a flathead. But we also gotta take the brake line off. So that's gonna be an interesting little, I'll show you what we're working with here. So I got the guide pins out. You can see one out here, one out down here. Got them boys out, but that's about as far as they're gonna come out. So I'm gonna have to go grab a hammer or something, a flathead, and like pop those guys out. Thankfully, the new caliper comes with new guide pins and all the good hardware. It's just the bracket though, but it's still nice, heavy duty little copper, and it comes with new guide pins. All right, we're gonna take a little break in the action. I'm gonna get this guy off, and then I'll be back. All right, guys, got the caliper off, but bad news. It's time to run to the parts store because there's no way we're saving this rotor. Look at this. Oh, I'm gonna take this brake pad out for you. Like, it was serious business, right? Metal. There ain't no brake pad left on this boy. Metal. Now, you guys want to see the rotor? Look. And the thing is, this is a brand new rotor because I just did this. And now oh, Dad's here. Good thing Dad's here. He's gonna have to run us to the parts store because I got the truck torn apart. Look at this thing is cooked. There ain't no saving that. So we're gonna run to the parts store, grab a new rotor, be right back. All right, guys, we're back. That seems like this was just a mess. So I go to the AutoZone close to my house. They tell me they don't have the rotor. They said they had zero, none, nothing. They sent me to another store on the other side of town. I get out there, they don't have it. And the manager out there is ticked off that this store sent me there and I had to run here and there. But guess what? The store that I went to originally that said they didn't have it, guess what? They had it. And the guy that's on the counter, no brain. All right, Andrew, if you see this, you work at AutoZone, do better. We got the rotor. Rotor acquired, big old thick boy for a thick truck. So we're gonna get the old caliper the rest of the way off. I mean, it's off, but now we gotta loosen the brake lines. So to take the brake line off, that little grommet on the caliper there, this that bolt right there, what I found fits that. Hold on, let me go get it. Let me get that boy. So the hub is off on the, not the hub, but the wheel cap, whatever, somewhere over there. I'm trying to point to it, can't find it. But it's off because we did get the Mustang tires. I'll show you those in just a minute. I'll just insert a picture, all right? I'll insert the picture after this. The Mustang tires look really good. But I have to order wheel adapters. So it turns out the Honda Odysseys have, in 2008, they had two different bolt patterns. Like one was 5x120, and that's what this Odyssey has. And some were 5x114.3. That's what the Mustang wheels are. And they don't fit. So I got to order wheel adapters to get those on. For the, all right, back on topic, changing the brakes. On 11 is probably what it is. I mean, the socket fits on there. You want to see? I'll show you. It's all very nice. 11 millimeter. Yeah, it's an 11. So we'll get the brake line off. We'll get a bucket for the brake fluid. I didn't get brake fluid. Oh no, buddy. We forgot the brake fluid. Send it. All right, well, we'll get this brake line off. We'll get the new one on, the new rotor, and I'll show you guys how to set the brake pads and the new caliper. All right, I'm back. So I'm gonna need you guys to just pretend like there's something down here, all right? Just pretend like something's catching the brake fluid. The ground is catching. Well, no, there's a bucket, all right? If the EPA sees this, there's a bucket down there. I promise. All right, we're gonna try to do, you know what, let me get the old one, or the new one, hold on. We're gonna try to do a quick little switcherooski. We don't lose a lot of brake fluid. I don't know how well this is gonna work, but we're gonna try. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to replace these washers that are on here. You know, like the washers on this fitting. But oh buddy. Oh Nelly. She's dripping. She's dripping, buddy. Get on there. Oh buddy. Alright. Alright. Oh buddy. You know, I don't like brake. Let me tell y'all something about brake fluid. It makes a mess. Alright. I did a quick little switcherooski there. So we're good. Well, it should be. Give her a nice little tighten. So, I'll let y'all in on a little secret when it comes to torque and stuff. When you drive something with a small block Chevy, particularly a 350 small block Chevy and an old square box Yukon, you don't need to torque nothing, all right? This engine makes so much torque that everything's automatically torqued. As soon as you whop on the throttle, it's torqued, all right? So that's all you guys need to know. So here's the old brake calipers. Go ahead. Wow, that thing's kind of heavy. All right, grab the new rotor. This is how to change your brakes on a Yukon, by the way. All right, you take your new rotor. See, and the cool thing about these, the Duralast Golds, is they don't have nothing on them. Like some rotors, they come with like oil on them. So you have to get brake cleaner. Buy a can of brake cleaner. You have to clean them off. But these you don't have to, because there's no coating on them. So that's very nice. Slide that guy on there like so. If you haven't cleaned your hub, by the way, like, you know, this part around that the rotor sits on, you want to take a wire brush, you know, some sandpaper or something, and get that cleaned up real nice. I already did that though, the last time I changed the brakes. Not this time. I did it last time. So that's good enough for me, brother. All right, let's get the brake pads. This new piston, by the way, is also kind of retract. So hopefully it's all right. Otherwise, we're gonna have to retract it. And I don't know where my toolkit is. Let me grab the brake pads. All right, here's our brake pads. We got the Duralast brake pads. We got semi-metallic. You don't want ceramic. Ceramic, they squeak. They're very annoying. Like my sister. She's very, very annoying. I'm not gonna preference which one is annoying. I have 5, so you guys can figure it out. And, you know, some of these Yukons, I guess, were police. Like, they use them on the, like, police officers drove them, which is wild. Like, these things are slow. Why would you want a police package Yukon? I mean, it'd be cool. I'd buy one. All right. So you got 2 different mounting styles on your brake pads, right? This one will sit inside the piston. Like this piece here sits in the piston. And this one attaches to the face of the caliper. We'll get them on and I'll show you. Turn this guy over like so. Bingo. See, in this guy, these tabs, when you sit them in here, they mount to the outside. Just like that. Just like that. Grab this phone here, I'll show you. That's how they sit in there. Try to get it better. Just like that. Put the phone back. Try to set this up so you guys have a good view. Alright, make sure these are all the way back. And then those stay solid, I feel like. Those don't really. You know what? We're gonna lube these guys up. I feel they have a little coating on them, but I'll let you guys look at these nuts real quick. Or bolts or whatever. You know, why are one night stands called nut and bolt? It's kind of funnier than one night stand. Anyway, I'm gonna get the lube. I'll be right back. Enjoy those bolts real quick. You dirty dog. You like them bolts, don't you? You probably like this. We got some ooey gooey, high temperature red grease. You don't need a lot. Just a wee little bit there. Get them all coated. You want these things to stay nice and lubricated. But you also want to make sure you use high temp grease. Because when these calipers get hot, like your mom, they seize up. See? You don't want a lot. A little bit goes a long way. Oh, it's gooey. A little bit does go a long way. Like your mom. It's not funny, don't laugh. Alright. I almost put my foot in there. Ugh. Alright. We'll slide these guide pins right back into the caliper. I see why some people wear gloves when they do this, because your hands really just, they get dirty. But you know what? That's part of being a man. Alright. I'll put this caliper back on. I just wiped it on my jeans. I think it's my work jeans. Oh. Put the caliper back on. Oh, that's not good. Make sure you don't kink your brake line hose either. So that would be not good. I about did. I about new boot goof, brother. Let me tell you something. Alright, what are we hitting? Oh, there we go. New boot goofing, brother. And if you drop these things in the dirt or on the ground and you get dirt on it or rocks or something, get that stuff off there. Like I dropped, the bolt fell off the caliper. We're gonna put a little bit more lube on this now that we wiped it off. You don't want dirt in there. And that's one thing grease does, is attract dirt. So you gotta be careful about it, all right? Some, like when I went to school for automotive, some people will tell you not to grease your brakes, or not, not like the brake pads and the rotors, but they tell you not to grease like on some brake applications, how the brake pads sit in those little channels on the bracket. Some people say to not lube those, which is interesting. I've always lubed them. I've always been told to lube them, but some people say not to. All right, so now we're back to our 3/8 hex here, because now we got the caliper back on. So we're gonna tighten those pins, make sure they're Guten tight, German tight. If you want the torque spec, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you, because this old square body Yukon makes all the torque in the world that you need. You don't need no more torque than that. Oh, it would help if I had the ratchet going the right way. You don't have to, but it helps. Remember that guy when that guy was a big deal? Like, you don't have to, but it helps. Whatever happened to that guy? Anybody know? He was big for like 5 minutes. You don't have to do it this way, but it helps. I wonder what happened to that guy. Now we're just working it all. We're not working it, but you know what I mean, Billie Jean? Oh, what's going on here, brother? Oh, brother. See, this ratchet. This ratchet's junk, let me tell you something. Junk, brother. So I feel like if I had one of them impact doohickeys, it'd make this a whole lot easier. I do have an impact, right? But I need a short one, because the impact that I have, it's a snap-on impact, but the nose of it is too long. It doesn't fit in here in between the control arm and the shock. So I tried to use it last time, and it didn't work. I even tried with a swivel, and I broke the swivel. That's also why you don't buy cheap swivels. Alright. Yeah, buddy. Make sure they're nice. Alright. New rotors on. New calipers on. The new pads are in. And check it out. Nice and clean. Look at the pad life on that. Rotors and pads compared to metal. That's what happens when your caliper locks up. That's what happened. You get metal. On the other side, it was good. Like, look, I'll show you I'm not going all the way over there. I was kidding. But the other pad is still like 75% life to it. I'm trying to squeeze you guys around. Oop. A little crooked. All right. New rotors on. New calipers on. Brake pads are in. So, oh my goodness. Look at that, brother. I look like I'm a diesel guy. Roll cold, buddy. You guys are gonna get offended, I can tell. Snowflakes. All right, so now the only thing left to do is bleed the brakes. Because after you disconnect the brake line, you put air in the system, you're gonna have a mushy pedal. So we're gonna have to bleed this brake line. And what you do is you start the furthest away from the master cylinder. So technically you'd start driver side rear, passenger rear, and then passenger front, and then driver side. You start furthest away and work, or I say driver side rear? Passenger side rear, driver side rear, passenger front, and then driver front. You start the furthest away and you work towards it. I had that backwards, or not backwards, but crisscross applesauce. If crisscross applesauce, what would he do to you? Think about that. I don't know. That's just something to think about, all right? Well, that's going to wrap up this episode of how to change your brakes on a 1999 GMC Yukon. Square body Yukon with a small block Chevy. Not just any small block Chevy. A 5.7 350 small block Chevy with all the horse torques in the world. So the only thing I have left to do is bleed the brakes, put the wheel back on, and let her rip tater chip. But anyway, that's gonna do it for this video. I feel like you guys know how to bleed your brakes. I feel like you're a little bit smarter than that. And like I said in the beginning, when we did the intro to our YouTube, we're gonna be a little informative, but this is mainly entertainment. I mean, I told you the socket sizes, right? So that counts for something. Should. I just wing stuff sometimes. Guys, I'm really not stupid when it comes to automotive. I went to school for this stuff. But sometimes I just wing it. I just wing like a bird, you know? Alright guys. I really need to get started on the timing belt on the Yukon, but the truck said I need brakes. And I kind of need brakes to go to work, to make the money, so I can do the stuff to the Odyssey. But so we're gonna do the timing, start the timing on that tomorrow. I think Tyler's gonna come over and we're gonna work on tearing that apart and change. I'm trying to shoot a video over here, quiet down. Air compressor, noisy. But anyways, Tyler's gonna come over tomorrow after work. We're gonna start tearing apart the Odyssey to do the timing belt. I'm gonna bleed the brakes on this, put the wheel back on, and let her rip tater chip. Y'all have a good rest of your day.